How's everybody? Good? I tell you, man, I am not a happy camper. I think there's something in the algorithm that wants to hide truths, and that angers me. Bear with me, guys. We're having a little bit of trouble today. I'm sorry. I apologize. I don't know what's going on. Um, I'll tell you, I'm pissed this morning, though. Upset. The thing I seen yesterday, and I made a little short video. Nobody's seeing it, so I'm going to play it for y'all. And I want y'all to tell me what y'all think about this. Okay. Let's play this real quick. Where are we at? Bear with me. Here we are.
Minors are more equipped to engage in sexual activity with adults than others? Yes.
This is the type person that seems to think pedophilia is okay. Listen to this bullshit.
And do I feel that some minors are more equipped to engage in sexual activity with adults than others? Yes. The child so desires to have intercourse with an adult. That would be up to if the child has desire. And do I feel that some minors are more equipped to engage in sexual activity with adults than others? Yes.
Now, they're saying, hey, if the kid's mature for their age and the community's good with it, then it's okay for adults to be with children. That's what that person is insinuating. That's why our kids are missing. That's why kids are getting abused and all this, because people don't even look at them as kids anymore. You can't tell me that there's any 7, 8-year-old ready for a relationship with an adult. This shit needs to stop.
Tell me what y'all think about that. I think that is the craziest shit I have ever heard. And there was more of that. And that person goes on to try to explain that um, a child can be with an adult as long as the community agrees with it, which I don't know what community she was referring to that would agree with it. And she goes on to say, as long as the adult's not somehow manipulating the child. Well, in my opinion, if an adult is with a child, that's manipulating. That is a crime. That should be punished. That is disgusting. And I cannot believe there are people that support this. I try to stay out of stuff like this because it gets in that political realm and all that. But across the board, this should be insane. It should be stopped. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. I don't even know what to think about it. I have never in my life thought that would be a conversation that would be had. Things are getting out of control. Good morning, JJ Moss, Cats Hodge Pottery, Aurora, Shalamaton, Cynthia Ricker, Tennessee Blonde. Good morning. I haven't seen you in a minute, Nanny 3. Good morning. Real Rock and Robin. Sup? JJ Moss reminds me of Summer Dad bathing and sleeping because he so loves being with her. How much do you think her PA got for her? JJ, I don't know. I'll tell you though, um, talking about Summer's case, yesterday I was on the farm and Andrew Hiltz was there, and everybody was having a conversation, and I appreciate everybody there being respectful. Everybody there was nice to me, and we actually talked and asked some questions and stuff. And it even though it seemed everybody there was really pro Wells, it was a decent discussion. And as it went, we're talking and stuff, and Daisy says that Candus didn't think the Jose that come out on YouTube was Jose. Now, isn't that interesting? I don't know what to think about that. Naughty Tina, tell Riley I said happy birthday. Y'all, everybody tell Riley happy birthday. It's his 18th birthday today. Big day, becoming a man. But I was astonished. There was a lot of support for the Wells there. And like I said, the strange thing that I thought come out of it was that Candace said she didn't think the Jose was Jose. And that just blows my mind that she says that. If she really believes that, then I don't know what to think about that. Oh, bless all y'all for wishing the happy birthdays. Happy birthday, Riley. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. I don't know, man. What is that? What would that mean if that wasn't Jose? Was all of it a sham? Who would have been in on it? Why would you have done that? Where is the real Jose? So many questions, man. So many. Because the interesting thing is, and I don't know how we could prove any of it. To me, Candus should have been the most reliable person to know Jose. If she's saying she don't think that's Jose, how do we know that was Jose? Now, I think Andrew thinks it was Jose. But, we've had tons of questions about Andrew and things he said. And, he was answering questions yesterday, too, going back over the story of the trip down with Jose and the moving and all that. And, I just can't buy it. I think Andrew's not telling us something because it makes zero sense. I should have reached out to him to talk to him today, but I don't even know how to get a hold of him anymore. He changed his name and all that. I never believed that was the real Jose. I tell you, man, it makes me wonder, and what I was getting to was, if you remember, Dudley, in his interview, he mentioned Jose being around near the time Summer disappeared. So, what does that mean? I don't know. I don't know what to think about all that. It's really weird, right? What do y'all think? Y'all blown away by that as I am? I am, I'll tell you that. Um, oh, today, as we speak, the West trial is still underway. I got some notes of some stuff that's came out so far that was interesting. But, off what I've seen and what I've read and heard, and I tell you, they are being really hardcore about not recording anything from trial or none of that. So I don't have any of that. I have some articles and stuff I'm going to read to y'all, but I got a list of notes that I made yesterday, and this was from day one of the trial. So we'll look through my other stuff and see what else has happened. But this was from day one. And first I want to go over the Wests are on trial for second-degree murder. The penalty for that is 15 to life. I guess it'll be the judge's discretion. And there's other charges too. But the biggest one, the one we are hoping for, would be life. Now, this in the West case is where I think it could be similar to Summer's case because there's other children in the household. Well, in the West case, this, I think, was a big part of how they officially got busted. I think these kids are talking. They're kids, and these are younger kids too. But they're talking and, they're saying, we hadn't seen the boys for a long time, was the general statement from the children. They had all said they hadn't seen Classic and Sincere or Orrin and Orson, whichever you want to go by, in quite a while. That is, I'm assuming, is how police started getting this timeline of when they disappeared because, the other children in the house are saying, hey, we haven't seen them in a while. So that's going to, right off the bat, I think Heels in the Air and Chris McDonough paid a lot of people for their narratives. I think a lot of people were shifty, but I don't know. Out of everybody I heard, Dudley come off the most honest, in my opinion. Could he been a really good bullshitter and fooled me? Yes, quite possibly. But I think his story is by far the most interesting when he talked about the going back and the Don's behavior before Summer Witness. But let's stay on the West. I got this ADHD going this morning. Let's go back to the West trial. Can someone not get his birthday and full name and Google it to see if it's him? Cynthia, I've tried everything about Jose, and it's there's so many of them. I've done background searches. It's really hard to nail down which one it would be. But like I was saying, back to the West trial. The other little kids are saying they hadn't seen him in a long time. That was one thing that they talked about in trial yesterday or the first day. And it is so weird. Okay. Now, everybody assumes when Trezell calls 911, he's going to be like, my sons are missing. I can't find them. Please get me some help right now. But no, his call was more about, hey, has anybody happened to call in and say they seen two little black boys? So a lot of people are saying is, and I think the defense is going to play into this the way it feels, is make it out to be that Orrin and Orson went missing and they might have been found, but it's a racial issue and it wasn't investigated or what have you as much as it should be. And I really feel like that is where they're going to go with it. But like in his 911 call, that's just odd to be like, has anybody happened to have seen two little black boys running around? That to me is odd at best. One of the first officers, one of his big issues was he talks about, getting there. He's with Trezell and all this, and they're looking out back where the boys were supposed to be, and there's no footprints anywhere. None that are kid sized. I guess he could see Trezell's footprints, and it said there was a footprint of a sandal. Now, I don't know how you could tell that it was a sandal, or I'm not sure. But they said that, but they said, definitely no footprints from the boys. Okay. Now, I'm not sure what the ground was like that there were all these footprints anyway that they could identify. But apparently it was soft enough to where footprints were being left and there were no boys' footprints. So I honestly, especially since they've said, they think it was 3 months earlier that the boys they think the boys are deceased. They, even though they haven't found the bodies, something they believe that, and I'm assuming they believe that because I really feel like the other kids in the house probably either witnessed it or seen some they seen something, I think, and they knew that. So that's really weird. They also said that, Trezella told them it had been 20 minutes since he had last seen the boys when they went missing. So I'm not really sure about that. I'm gonna look up some stuff real quick for y'all and see if there's something newer on the trial. Um, Trezell says he didn't give them permission to speak with his children. They tell him they don't need his permission. The kids' stories are the same. You know where they are at. The officer says, Vaughn and Orson, you haven't even shed a tear. So that's interesting, right? I think they've made a lot about that. They are dead. Prosecutor says evidence will reveal adoptive parents are the ones responsible. This, I'm telling you, in the next, and it may have already come out, but I feel like they have got the goods on these people. Can everybody hear me? Is everything okay? Chat hasn't moved in a minute. You guys there? Somebody just throw a thumbs up to let me know you're there. Chanel said, I already read that. Hold on. Let me bring this up. Probably wasn't him. They probably got a friend to pretend to be him to make Candus look bad because some of the stuff he said online about the whales wasn't nice. It's possible. It is very possible. Here are the news, that news station that's local. They are tweeting like heck as things come out, and that's awesome. An officer asked if the other kids lie. Trezell says they do sometimes. He says he's not sure what they'll tell people. They don't know. So he's already trying to, I think, ruin credibility on the children in the house. He's basically, that's where he's going with that. You have not been honest, an officer says. He tells Trezell he and his wife's story don't match at all. They have not been missing since Monday, the officer tells him. He tells Trezell his mom has not seen the kids. We talked to your kids, we talked to them, and they have not seen these babies in weeks, an officer says. That's really interesting because I don't know younger kids how good they are with time. And I'm thinking they just, basically knew it had been a while. And I'm interested to see if it comes out how they nailed down that date 3 months prior to them being reported missing. Have they arrested them? Yes, ma'am. They're on trial at this second. That's what we're talking about. What's been said in trial. This is coming out of the trial that's going on right now. He says the 10-year-old would have known, and he says the children say that Trezell tells them they'll be coming back soon. Trezell says he doesn't tell them that. So what the 10-year-old kid is saying in the house, that Trezell's telling him the boys will be back. Because they've been gone a while. These kids know this. They're not stupid. They realize there's their brothers is what they would be, because they're adopted at this point. There's 4 other children in the house. They know something's not right here. And Trezell's telling him, oh, they'll be back soon. It's okay. Everything's good. I don't know how they expected to get by with this shit. It's amazing. Trezell denies lying. Law enforcement keeps pressing him, telling him and his wife's stories aren't the truth. You have shown zero emotion. Your wife has shown zero emotion. That's what, the police officers are reporting. An officer says all 4 children said the same exact thing. They all have the same story. They haven't seen Orrin and Orson in weeks, the officer says. Trezell denies knowing where the kids are. This is your chance to come clean, another officer says. Should have come clean there, man. He's busted by these kids. I don't know if he thought he would be able to get them to lie or what he thought, because from the minute he called police to report the boys missing, they're going to be on this. They're going to be looking into this. I don't know how they expected the kids to, and to me, it doesn't even seem like he went over it with the kids, right? Because the kids are even telling the officers, Trezell's telling them the boys will be back. So it's weird that he's had 3 months to figure out what he's going to say. Hi, Angie Davis, Real Rock and Robin, Cynthia, Lynetta Williams. To figure out what he's going to say before he reports them missing. He's had 3 months, okay? He hasn't went over this story with the kids, apparently, or any kind of story. They know the boys ain't there. He's busted. I'm telling you, these people are guilty. Trezell says he didn't give them permission to speak with his children. They tell him they don't need his permission. Kids' stories are the same. You know where they're at. The officer says, Orrin and Orson, you haven't even shed a tear. Yeah, he knows, man. I'm telling you, he knows. Trezell asks if he can leave. I'm done with this, he says. He tells them one person leaves the room. Trezell keeps talking with Officer Brian Hanson. Either you're protecting her or she's protecting you, Hanson tells Trezell, referring to Jacqueline West. So I'm thinking now they're in there questioning them, and what they're going with is trying to play one against the other. And I tell you, it's amazing that one hasn't flipped on the other yet. And y'all know we do Summer's case a lot. I always thought if Don and Candus was to be arrested for whatever, that could be something that could, to lead to a break in Summer's case. There's still about 10 minutes left of the video, but court is in recess for the day and will resume 9 a.m. Wednesday. Correction, I'm at the trials room Thursday. Is being covered live anywhere, YouTube or network. No, I can't find the trial live anywhere. I just happen to have a lady that keeps me in the loop, Carol Smith. I'd like to have her on because she has been all over this case. She sent me so much stuff. That's what I'm trying to share with y'all right now. But they are being really hardcore on all this stuff. A California City police officer became suspicious shortly after responding to the home of Trezell and Jacqueline West for a report of 2 missing children. The defense for the West is really trying to play this. The vibe I'm getting from everything I've read is they're trying to play this off like the police jumped to a conclusion that it was Trezell and Jacqueline. They stuck with that. And that's the reason, we are where we are. They're trying to act like it's more of a situation of the police, focusing on them and they missed it, that they were kidnapped. He checked the backyard where the West and the children had been playing and saw no prints made by a child's shoe, Officer Brian Hanson testified. Brian Hanson's the name of the officer, and I'm telling you, everything I've seen, this guy did it right. He knew what was up. There was a shoe print that appeared to be made from a sandal, nothing else. So that tells you right there. And them little boys went out there. And my question is, how were they treating these other kids? Why weren't there no prints out there? Now, I get like Orrin and Orson might have been gone and not even been with them when they got to that house, but why is there no kids' prints outside of the house? I tell you, man, I think they were not treating any of these kids right. I'm so interested because these kids are going to testify. There will be at least one of them testify on what they know. And I would love to know how these other kids were treated and why Orrin and Orson's are the ones that are gone. Hanson, after finding no evidence of children wandering away from the home on Aspen Avenue, again spoke to the West. This is not a normal situation, Hanson says in a body-worn camera video that is played in court Tuesday. These kids didn't just walk away. Told the West telling the truth and accused Trezell West of becoming defensive. Trezell West stuck to what he initially told police. He was gathering firewood. If you've seen that lot, that's the dumbest excuse you will ever see. That lot is barren. It looks like the desert. And he's trying to act like he's out there gathering all this firewood, manly, out there gathering firewood, and the boys just happen to walk off. Bullshit. His gathering firewood, then noticed Orrin 4, Orson 3 were gone. Searched for them. He made reference to the boys being black and how that was impacting the police response. That upsets me because it had nothing to do with it. Hanson's testimony comes on the second day of Trezell and Jacqueline West's trial on charges including second-degree murder and the deaths of Orrin and Orson. The West were the boys' adoptive parents. The boys' bodies have not been found, but prosecutor Eric Smith has said evidence, including interviews with the West's other children, indicates they were killed in September 2020, 3 months before the West reported them missing on December 21st, 2020. And I always thought that this was weird too, this happened in December, summer happened in June, and Dawn and Trezell make that comment about they want to search out at their neighbors' houses and stuff. A grand jury indicted the West in March of last year. They face life terms in prison if convicted as charged. Smith played several recordings of several interviews Hanson had with the West. In an interview with Trezell West at police headquarters, Hanson tells him search dogs detected no trace of Orrin and Orson in the area other than inside the home. And, I'm confused about that. If they were gone that long, what did they give them? Scent articles from clothes they still had of them? Or, how did they have their scent? I'd be interested to know that, What does that mean, though? Trezell asks. Meaning maybe they left in a car, Hanson says. Trezell West curses and asks if he's telling him the boys were kidnapped. He says there have been issues with the boys' biological parents. This is what they're going to now. They're going to try and have that doubt because all they need is one or two of these jurors to have that doubt in their mind, and they're going to pull this off. And this is the way they're going with it. They're saying the biological parents had issues with them and all this, and he thinks that they took them. Hanson says surveillance footage doesn't show vehicles traveling along the street within the short time span Trezell West says they went missing. The only person seen walking along the street was a man walking in the dog whom footage captured leaving the area, the officer says. So the only thing they're finding on cameras is a guy walking his dog, basically, in the period of time Trezell saying they disappeared. The kids were never there, an officer says. There were two officers in the interview room, and it was unclear whether Hanson or the other officer was speaking. In another interview, Jacqueline West tells police there are people who would want to take Orrin and Orson, but they don't know where the West live. It's wild, right? Let's see if they got any more live tweets today from trial. Good morning, Jenny, 2521, Little Wing, Angie Davis. Oh, you guys. Let's see here. I don't think I see anything new. Make sure here. All these are 23, 22 hours ago. 20 hours ago. Yeah. There's no new ones. That stinks. But that's kind of where we're at right now with the West trial. A neighbor had a camera, and on the video, they could see the gate to their yard, and no kids were seen leaving the yard on that video. Law enforcement knew their story was a lie. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. And, you know, my thing is, though, this is similar to the Harmony Montgomery case where kids were missing for a good period of time before it was reported, and that automatically really puts law enforcement behind when that happens. And I think it makes cases a lot harder to solve, especially when they're starting from behind. But I'm baffled by what we've seen so far in the West trial. I really feel like what they're going to try to do is just cause that doubt in the jurors' minds that maybe it was the biological parents. All it takes is one person to screw it all up. I have a feeling, though, after these kids testify, it's going to be game over. But that's kind of update on the West case, where it's going right now. There's a lot more, I'm sure. And let me make sure I don't have nothing else real quick. Officer testifies finding children's shoe prints. What? Hold on, check this out. Officer testifies no children's shoe prints were found. Yeah, okay, never mind. The headline was wrong. That wasn't me. What you guys been up to lately? Anything? Like I was saying earlier, I was in I don't think this is new. Hold on. I was at the farm yesterday, and the chat was going on, and I was really shocked when Daisy said that Candus didn't think the Jose that was on YouTube was Jose. What does that mean? What if it wasn't Jose? I don't know, man. I don't know. I felt like, Jose embellished a lot, like the roaches. He said that the roaches were so bad, when you would scoop the dog food out, they would be all up your arm. Now, I know I talked to Cam and Allie, and they've been to the house, and they say it wasn't like that, So I know Jose probably embellished a lot, but it makes me wonder if it wasn't even Jose. Why would Candace say that she didn't think it was Jose? She should know exactly who that is, because they weren't together as long as we thought, but he was there for a while, plenty long enough where you should know by watching somebody if that's them or not. If she has a question in her mind, if that was Jose, what does that mean? Where is Jose then? Is Jose really passed? There's a lot of people that question that. There is no official record of it that I can find. And I know a lot of other people they haven't found anything either. See, and I think this stuff that with Jose makes me think Allie's in on it too. Allie would know as she kind of got up and personal with Jose. I I think a lot of people got up and personal. Jose. It means these creators have made up a bunch of drama about these parents because of their social class. That crap wouldn't fly with more worldly people. Well, you know, I think there has been, definitely stuff made up just for drama. I will agree with that. You know, but my problem with the Wells is just the story. The story sucks, and I think if we would get the actual what happened when she went missing, because there is something Candace is not telling us. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I feel like if she went to the lake swimming and all that stuff, we know there was a twisted tea. Maybe she had partied a little bit too much, went home, passed out for a little bit, and woke up and Summer was gone. If she would say that, I could believe that. But to tell the story she tells is not, I know it's not the truth. I know it. You can tell me I'm crazy all you want. The story she tells is not the truth. Summer, from everything we've heard about everybody, seemed to be an outside person. Why would a little girl that's outside having fun want to go to that basement? And mind you, if she went to the basement to play, she didn't play in the basement. She would have had to have went straight down and straight out the back door. Why would she have asked to go in just to go right back out? To believe her story at all, you have to think there was somebody in the basement waiting. I don't believe that. It can't be that way. All this stuff can't be true. TBI said they aren't discussing the timelines. The Wells do not owe YouTube the truth. Right. They don't. Nobody owes anybody the truth, but don't go on the news and tell lies. That's going to cause people um, to doubt you. I mean, it is. It's obvious that there's many holes in Candace's story. Yes, many, many, many. The biggest problem for me. Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. Harley, calm down. We're live, girl. Hush. 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 I'm sorry. Harley was going wild this morning. Parents are guilty. Every person's been caught bold-faced lying. I know, man. It's what's muddied it up so much. That's why I tell y'all I try to stay out of a lot of that stuff. I try to base my opinions on interviews with people. That way, they said it. You're not hearing secondhand information. I try to stay out of all the secondhand information. Maybe she asked to go in to see her brothers and they didn't want to play with her. I've got older brothers. Last thing they want to do was play with their little sis. I mean, it's possible, but why didn't they tell that story? I thought of something the other day too. Let me run this by y'all. Oh, Harley just wants some camera time. Yeah. Oh, we got that Harley emojis. I love it. Someone was out of Kansas sight for more than 2 minutes. Obviously, there we go. Okay. We pick and choose what lies we believe, though. It's basically you got to weed through them and just see what seems right to you. I tell you though, If she would have just told the true story, I mean, the public would have been different. I really do. I don't think everybody's against them because of their social class, you know. And I tell you, I think really, to be honest, their social class is probably kind of confusing because the work Dawn does you get paid very well for that. I was in construction for a while. I know people that do it. I know this stuff. Dawn should be making really good money. The problem is that money is not going where it should be, it seems. The whales owe us nothing but playing games line, being clowns on YouTube, and creating drama makes them look guilty. Yes. Summer deserves better. Summer deserves the truth. Amen. The real Rock and Robin. I completely agree. Yes. And that's what I'm saying. Don't hate on everybody for thinking you're guilty when you've done the shit you've done. The fake call to marry. That was just months after Summer went missing. Okay. That is such a strange thing to me for the parents of a missing child to be pranking people. And I guess they were trying to get like I don't know what the payoff was for that, you know. And that showed you too, Candus can act. If y'all have ever heard that, then what they did was they made a prank call to Dawn's sister Mary, saying Dawn had gotten taken and she was real fuzzy about the details of what had happened, but Dawn was gone. They come and got him. And it was all a lie. It didn't happen. These are parents of a missing child doing this stuff, okay? That's just one incident. Then you think of another one. Don tries to tell us that he's outrunning the feds and everybody else on the interstate, slinging, you know what, all this stuff as the parent of a missing child. He's telling us this, okay? They go on the news. Well, and I've pointed this out a million times. In the news interview over the hair thing, he says Summer wanted her hair shaved so she could be like her brothers and her mom, right? Then he turns around and says they had to shave it because she was cutting it, messed it up. Then he says Candus shaved her hair so Summer wouldn't feel bad. Well, Candus's hair was already shaved because Summer wanted to be like her and her brothers. So why would Candus shave her head to make her feel better after her head was shaved? And they said all that in the same interview. That's a lie. One part of that has to be a lie. Okay? Don't go on the news as the parents of a missing child and tell us lies. It makes you look guilty. How hard is it? I could not. And you know, I'm not going to hate on creators for having Dawn and Candus on. I get why you do it. It's going to blow your numbers up out of the water, and you're going to get, you know, it's going to help your channel. Everybody wants their channel to grow. I get that. I can't do it because I don't think they're going to want to be on mine, because all I'm going to do is question them. And I know I'm not going to get truth out of it, so we're going to get nowhere, you know. But I'm glad that they are on YouTube. Eventually, it's going to bite them in the ass, I feel. You know, I feel like eventually somebody's going to say something accidentally and somebody's going to put it together. Dawn could have done DV on Candus that night. Would that explain why she didn't speak first night up to 2 to 3 weeks? Just an idea I read the other day. That's a good idea, Ben, because she didn't speak for 2 weeks. Maybe Dawn went off on her for losing Summer. They brought it on themselves. I have nothing against people who are in poverty. I and my 16-year-old daughter are living in poverty. They've acted foolish, and I think that's why they're judged. Thank you, Lisa. And I don't know. People seem to think that I'm rich because I'm on YouTube. I'm not. I'm as broke as y'all are. YouTube don't pay me hardly anything. If it wasn't for members, I wouldn't get paid at all. And I know what it's like. Me and Brandy at one time just had incredibly bad luck. We lost damn near everything we had, and we've come back from that. And you know, it. I think it's the lies they've told and that stuff that has put the public opinion where it's at. Study stages of development. Summer changed her mind about wanting it shaved after it was done. What other mother would shave their head for their kid? Not many. Well, I don't believe that that's how it happened at all. Yeah, we'll have to agree to disagree on that because it makes no sense that she wanted it shaved because of Candus. You know, I don't think she wanted her hair shaved. If you've seen Little Summer playing with Robin's hair in that one video, you tell me that she really wanted her head shaved. She didn't. Now, what the actual truth is, I don't know. Could it have been lies? Possibly. Could it have been a punishment? Possibly. Could it have been in an attempt to change her appearance because she was going to disappear? Possibly. Okay. But we know that it's a lie that she wanted it shaved because Candace's was shaved and then Candace shaved hers. It doesn't make sense. Why tell a lie? That's a lie. Being poor doesn't mean you have an unkept home. Those poor babies. Thank you. That's exactly right. It doesn't cost anything to be clean. And recall Don Wells said not too long ago that he was going to, I cannot recall the exact words, but basically go after Candace about Summer missing, but he saw how brokenhearted she was. I'm telling y'all, I think there is a possibility that Dawn really doesn't know. I think there is that chance. I think it could have been something that happened, and I really think she knew how much Dawn favored Summer. Let's just say that, and it could have been an accident. Dawn might not know what happened. I've always said I don't think whatever happened to her necessarily was on purpose. I think it could have been a symptom of parental neglect. And I say that because I know Candace did not supervise Summer. That's why the story about walking her to the door is a lie. We all know that. Okay? We all know the story's a lie. So if you're lying, why are you lying? And why is a missing child's parents lying? And then you're going to lie, make shit up. We're going to see through it and then get mad because people call you out and are suspicious of you. They won't talk about Damien. Why? I'm not sure about that. The hair bothers me too because if her hair was longer, it would be a clue to look for in the search. Those thousands of blonde hairs could help locate her. Yeah, that's true. As far as the Damien thing goes, if you look at statistics and people that perpetrate this kind of crime, he makes a good suspect. Okay, I don't know that he did anything, but a young male living that close to Summer, knowing the woods, makes the good suspect. Do I think it's him? Lisa, that's Jody Sue Brown's son they're talking about. I don't know. I don't think it was him, because I don't think she was abducted. I think there was an accident that happened, like I was saying earlier, because of some form of neglect, supervising. Summer wasn't supervised. I suspect she ran wild. You look at her in church. Now, you explain to me how a mother is going to be sleeping in the pew at church while her daughter's running around church in the service and all that, but yet that same mother is going to be worried about her walking from the camper to her house. No, no, don't believe that. It's common sense that that's not true. If that's not true, and I know it's not true, why are you lying? That's why I am so suspicious of them, because I know they're lying. I don't see how other people don't see through this. You know, who's that outrageous woman with her crazy, dangerous for kids ideas? I pulled that off TikTok. Let me play that again, because there wasn't hardly anybody in there. I want to show y'all this. I made this yesterday because it pissed me off so bad. Y'all watch this.
Minors are more equipped to engage in sexual activity with adults than others. Yes.
This is the type person that seems to think pedophilia is okay. Listen to this bullshit.
And do I feel that some minors are more equipped to engage in sexual activity with adults than others? Yes. The child so desires to have intercourse with an adult. That would be up to if the child has desire. And do I feel that some minors are more equipped to engage in sexual activity with adults than others? Yes.
Now, they're saying, hey, if the kid's mature for their age and the community's good with it, then it's okay for adults to be with children. That's what that person is insinuating. That's why our kids are missing. That's why kids are getting abused and all this, because people don't even look at them as kids anymore. You can't tell me that there's any 7, 8-year-old ready for a relationship with an adult. This shit needs to stop.
Can y'all believe that? Tell me that ain't just disgustingly crazy. Hi, Smiley's World. How you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. G Crime, Lisa, Smiley's World, Rockin' Robin, Jenny. Hi, everybody. Who the heck is this crackpot? It's on what is it called? Shit, TikTok. There's a lot of them. Y'all, it would be just blown away by how much of this there is. People, these extremists is what I refer to them as, thinking and pushing to do away with pedophilia, make it just okay. It's the craziest thing that this is actually getting support. That's what's wrong with the world, people like her. Amen. Amen. And it's a woman saying this. That's what bothered me the most about it. Is this is a woman saying that she thinks it is okay for kids to be with adults. And there's a lot of this. This is not the only one I've seen. Saying I agree with you, John. This shit needs to stop. Yes, and you know, what also bothered me is that video got flagged for some reason. You know, all it was me showing a fact, and for some reason that video is having issues. You know, it's disgusting. That woman is, to me, needs help if she honestly believes that. And she talks about, you know, it's okay as long as the community's okay with it. So I'm thinking somewhere they're going to be starting to like have a utopia of pedos and this kind of shit going on inside it. You know, someone needs to make sure she's not allowed anywhere near any children. Amen. I agree with that completely. And I'm telling y'all, I think this is a lot of the reason things with kids are going the way they are. People aren't even seeing them as kids anymore, you know. And it bothers me as a father of a daughter to think that some adult in their mind would think it's okay to be with her. It angers me immensely. And this, like I said, y'all look for yourselves. Just look around on TikTok. There's a lot of this. A lot of this people thinking it's okay. Ugh, I don't know, y'all. It's disgusting to me, and the fact that that video is getting flagged and it's not getting any views makes me even madder. Y'all go to my page, please, and somebody share my video. I want everybody to know that this is going on. I think a lot of people would, if I told you that, would think I'm making it up, and I'm not. I want y'all to go, please go to my channel, share that video. It's the newest one on there, and I want to see some reaction from this. I want to know people are seeing this because people need to. I think people like me and you, most everybody would be disgusted at this movement that they're trying to create. Our world is getting sicker by the second. Amen. Amen. Stephanie Lenore, new member. Oh, awesome. Welcome, Stephanie Lenore. Thanks for becoming a member. My channel's struggling. I need all the help I can get. My channel is doing horrible. I really think being honest and staying out of the gossip is killing me, and I don't care. I'm just not getting into all that. I will get into, though, I'll talk some more about the whales, because I was really shocked yesterday when I seen all the support now they're getting. I just don't know. My thing is, as long as she's not found and the police aren't clearing them, I'm going to have an issue. And let's talk about that. Let's go back to that. There is this thing where they took polygraphs and everybody says the polygraphs were passed and all this. Okay. In my mind, the reason the police give people polygraphs is because they want to clear them. So if the police are polygraphing them, they're passing, how come they haven't cleared them? Something just doesn't make sense about any of that to me, Hi, Miss M, listening from work. Glad to have you. Glad to be a member. Love your show. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you. We're trying, I've told a lot of people we've had a good run of bad luck, but we're trying. We're trying to get back on page. I wanted to come up today and talk about some stuff because I like the video that just upset me so bad. I had to say something. Are we sure they were given tests and passed, John? Who's been saying this? It was said a lot in the beginning. It was talked about a lot. I just shared, yes, they need to see what kind of BS. Yes, thank you, Smiley, for sharing it. People need to know about this, man. That's why I made that videos. I want people to know about this. I beg y'all, please go out and share it. Please. Back to you, Lisa. I remember in the beginning, it seemed like it was fact that they had passed polygraphs. I always thought, though, what does that mean? What if the polygraph, because, polygraphs, number one, they're not 100%. We know that. I feel like, though, if a polygraph's done by somebody that really knows what they're doing, they're fairly reliable. We don't know who gave them theirs. We don't even know what questions they were asked. Now, say it was a situation like a lot of people believe that they sold her off. Well, if you ask, do you know where your daughter is? No, she probably doesn't. She could pass that. Did you kill your daughter? No, she didn't. She could pass that. There's a lot of issues with passing the polygraph when we don't know what the questions they were even asked, you know? So I don't know. One thing I do know is it didn't go down like we're told. And that's why people are hard on them, because we know they've lied. And, since she's been missing, the dad's already got put in jail, This man's 50 plus years old. Don Wells is 50 plus years old, still acting like a juvenile, being arrested, drinking and driving, doing all this. And then you get the flip side. He starts preaching to you about how he only hangs out with Christians. He's such a good church going man and all this. It's one or the other, man. Don't tell us, show us by your actions. And I don't see the actions of somebody trying to A, find their daughter, or B, get their boys back. I don't see neither of those. Then we know now they're saying that Dawn isn't allowed to even speak to the boys. Why is that? I question if time ain't up and they ain't adopted them out. I really question that, because I know it's been long enough. I do not think the Wells took any tests. They always lie. See, we don't know. We don't have actual proof. I was told, it seems like to me, that Ronnie Lawson did say they passed. I don't know. I've never personally seen that. But like I was saying, we don't know what the questions were asked. We don't know none of that. So, and why, if they passed, aren't they cleared? Okay. Why aren't the parents cleared? Just tell me that. It's almost 2 years. In June, we'll be at 2 years. Okay. How have parents of a missing child not been cleared by now? If they haven't been cleared by now, that tells you something. Everyone feeds on the drama with the farm and PG. It feels like a WWD or WWF build-up. Sad, because we were talking about a little 5-year-old Summer. Yeah, people often get off of the off topic when it comes to that. Hi, Suzette. Candus said out of her own mouth in an interview with Chris at the house that she couldn't do the lie detector, so she tried the next day and still couldn't, but day 3 did. Lawson never said. Brian E. See, and my thing too is, I know if you've ever watched Steve Wilkos, people can't take a polygraph if they have drugs in their system. Well, we believe the reason the boys were taken is because of failed drug tests. So how could they have taken an accurate polygraph if there were drugs in their system? I don't think they could have. And I think that's a big part of why they haven't been cleared. I'm 99% sure that I saw the video where Ronnie said they passed. I'm pretty sure it was a reporter asking. See, I'm thinking I have too. But I still don't think, hold on. They have plenty of time to clean up and take classes. I've never seen it take so long to get your kids back. Amen. That's why I'm thinking they may have already went over the time limit and just not telling anybody. And they've lost guardianship. Brian Hinton said that Ronnie Lawson said that, but no one can provide a clip of Ronnie Lawson saying it. Okay. Thank you, Amy. How you been doing? I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. I got the clip on my community page. Ronnie did say it. Okay. Now, that's interesting, but like I said, that just leads to more questions, you know? If he's saying they passed the polygraph, why not clear them? Either you don't believe in the polygraph, something's wrong, right? Can we call Steve? Kind of joking. However, I swear I've thought about it. Thought about calling Wilkos and being like, look, Wilkos, I want to go on your show. I want to invite some people to come on it too and take some lie detector tests. Because Steve's all about getting some kids justice, I'll tell you that. Steve does a good job. I watch a lot of Steve. Oh man, I tell y'all, I don't know if y'all seen it. Yesterday on Dr. Phil, they had that chick. I've seen it. It's probably 10 years old, but she's accusing this guy of touching their daughter. And Dr. Phil just straight calls her out. She's like, I'll take a lie detector. He's like, you kind of did. And he shows in her interview where she's talking about stuff. And she's like, and he's like, when somebody's lying, they tend to touch their face. And as he's saying that, she's like, and then when he says that, she's like, y'all seen that one? It's horrible. It's horrible to think that a mother would coach their daughter to say that their daddy did something. You know, what effect is that going to have on that child? You know, it's going to ruin their relationship with their father. They're not going to come back from that. That should be punishable. Y'all let me know what you think. If a mother coaches their child to say that they were touched and they weren't, should she be prosecuted? I say yes. Y'all tell me what you think. Let me know. The question is, if a mother coaches her child to say something happened to her and it didn't, should she be punished, prosecuted? I say yes. Yeah, I kind of thought everybody'd be pretty agreeable about that. I think to me, the effects of that could be as bad as the act itself, you know? Because when you coach somebody something over and over and over, that kid might actually develop a belief in it. And, you know, it's weird how the mind works. Amy King, it's just unbelievable. The summer case has turned into the circus. Never would have guessed it 2 years ago. Amen to that. I would have never guessed 2 years ago that we still wouldn't know. I thought this case would be solved by now. I'm really worried about what it means that it hasn't, because there's so much time's passed. Like I said, we're almost at 2 years. I personally think you could certify this as a cold case. Hope Brady's okay. Miss seeing her. Yeah, she's fine. I just want to start doing some more lives. I need to get back out here more. You know, we got to have somebody with some sense getting some attention to keep y'all straight on what's fact and what's not. And now we've learned, Ronnie did say there's a clip of it that they passed the polygraphs, but like I said, that means nothing. When you don't know what the questions are that were asked, you don't know who gave the polygraph, how good they were at it, how can you explain they lost the boys for having shit in their system and they're taking polygraphs? You're not supposed to take a polygraph if you're on medication or all this. They're saying it makes it inconclusive. So how did they get a polygraph? I don't believe they believe in their polygraph, or they would have cleared the parents. How long does it take for a case to be classified as a cold case? I don't think it's a certain amount of time per se. I think it's the amount of activity going on in the case. And we haven't seen anything from law enforcement to suggest that um, anything's really going on in the case for a while. Yeah, I like the behavior panel, Amy. They do good stuff. I think, if y'all ever watched Chris McDonough's thing where he had that guy that did statement analysis, that was, really interesting. He went over a lot of Dawn's interview with Chris, and, he seen red flags everywhere. Like I said, though, I think if there's a chance one of them ain't in on it, it's Dawn because he, in Candace's story, was not there. I believe that something could have happened. It could have been a complete accident, and they're hiding it from Dawn, and he's in the dark. Why he doesn't question that story more is the reason it makes me think he is in on it, though. I go back and forth with that because I'm thinking, I try to put myself in Dawn's shoes. And I feel like if I was told that story, I would have tons of questions and I would want better answers than what we've heard. It makes no sense. TBI page does stay updated. They said it's not cold. Well, of course, they're not going to agree. They're not going to tell you that. But it's 2 years and nothing's happened. Well, it's almost 2 years. And I'm not trying to be negative. Trust me, I want Summer found as much as any of you. Okay, but I don't want to pretend that she's going to be found and this is going to be prosecuted and it's happening because right now I don't as far as we know I don't know that anything's happening. I did hear though yesterday when I was chatting with Daisy that they said that the Wells property had been searched like 9 times and like every inch of it. When did that happen? I don't know that I believe that. I don't think Kansas is on the or I don't think Summer is on the property. So, you know, it doesn't surprise me that it would be searched and she wouldn't be found. But somebody's trying to tell me that it's been searched like 9 times, like inch by inch. I don't. You have to show me because I don't know that I believe that. I know in the beginning there was the search; it seemed pretty thorough, but you got all these people that wouldn't let them search either. That makes me wonder. I've been told that JSB wouldn't let them search her property. If that's true, that's suspicious. Um, but we all know what she said Andy was up to, so that could be the reason they didn't want them searching their property. And they have previous charges of maintaining a dwelling for the purpose of drug use, distribution, etc. So is that why she wouldn't want them searching? I don't know. So you might know for sure about that if she did not let them search. Has anybody ever heard her say that? I know you're not trying to be negative. I understand why people feel hopeless about it. That's why I recommend the behavior panel's new unreleased portion. Greg alludes to a conclusion. Yeah, we'll all check it out. I think they have dirt on each other. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get you a private conversation up there, but saying that, I've thought that too. I've always felt like Dawn, Candace, and Grandis all have shit on each other, and that's a reason they ain't gonna break. They ain't gonna roll. And I think whatever they have is serious enough that they're not gonna tell on each other. Casper Friendly. Hi, Casper Friendly. How you doing? Welcome. Nobody answered my question though. Very sus. If you have nothing to hide, let them search. Exactly. I heard JSB said they never searched all of the property at 125. Why? Why? Like I said, I'm not trying to make her son a suspect because I don't know that he had anything to do with it. But like I said before, if you look at profile of somebody that would do it, it'd be a male, a younger male. And if they did do it the way Candace explained it, like they nabbed her right there, it would have to be somebody that was in good enough shape to carry her. I don't know what you would. There would probably have to be something done to keep her quiet. I'm not saying for sure, but if you go with Candace's story that she disappeared like she did, it'd have to be a young person or a person in good shape to be able to carry a 5-year-old off without anybody seeing them and all this stuff, you know. Jeannie, thank you so much. Keep it up, JDTC. You're doing great. Thanks for being you. Well, thank you, Jeannie. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. I felt like I've been doing a bad job on my channel lately, and I'm trying to do better. That's why, you know, y'all know I try to stay out of the gossip, but I was over at Daisy's yesterday because Andrew was there and they was talking about stuff, and you know, I can get along with Daisy. Um, I try to get along with everybody. I just, you know, me and Daisy kind of had a falling out because I was really hard on her about the Rose thing. Felt I thought that was really wrong, saying that you know she was found and all that, and I knew it wasn't right from the get go. Um, and I just felt like you know to say that and put that live on and all that was wrong. That's where we had our falling out. But you know she's talking to the Wells now, and it really seems like she's believing that they are innocent. You know, now I don't know. I'm sorry. Um, I always enjoy your lives. Thank you. I've been trying to make them better. I just I don't know. I tell y'all, man, I had COVID twice, and I swear I think it's really had an effect on me. Um, but I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Where we go, I don't know. You're doing a great, John. I really like your channel. You need to just need to see you do more videos or lives. Yeah, yeah, yep, yep, yep. That's why I'm on today, man. And it's awesome. There's 100 of you in here. That's plenty enough for me. You know, if that many people are willing to watch, I'm willing to be here. And I appreciate every one of you for coming. Everybody hit the like too, because that's a big deal. We need the thumbs up. Let's get a ton of them. Say the truth. She's kissing her ass trying to get info. You said it, I did. But Suzette, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Suzette. That means a lot, man. I appreciate the hell out of that. And thank you, every one of you, for supporting me. You know, I've been struggling lately, and it means a lot to know that you guys actually like what we're doing. And I'm going to try to put more stuff out. Thank you, Suzette. You were verifying that video walking in the forest. You thought you were being followed. I tell you, I'm going to go back up there and do another video, and it's just going to be a what the hell is going on? Because to be honest, y'all, I'm going to tell y'all about that. The videos I made where I was searching in the woods, I think somebody conned me possibly into exposing dirt on somebody else. I think what they were trying to lead me to was a grow operation and get me to rat somebody out or something, to be honest. Green eyes. Tell them how it is, John Davis. I try, man. I try. But, you know, I've been trying more about getting along with other creators in an effort to have better content. I was like number 54. There's many more that need to go hit the like button. Come on, let's show John the love. Thank you, Casper. Everybody hit the like button, please. I appreciate every one of you. Well, what do y'all make about my bit of news? Some of you might not have heard a bit earlier. Um, Daisy said that Candus didn't think that was Jose that made the big debut and stuff on YouTube. There's a lot of creators I've seen lately that seem to think there's a possibility that that wasn't Jose, and that Jose is a bigger part of the story than we know. I don't know. Jose is so hard to track because that name, Jose Roman, is so common out west. When you pull it up, there are so many of them. And for some reason, I'm still working on it, but for some reason, I can't find um, him. I've never been able to find him yet. Given I don't have all I have to go on is Jose Roman. I don't even know his exact age. If anybody had any really good details, I do know he lived in New York at one point. I'm going to keep looking, but I'm telling you, it's really weird that Andrew said it was 100% Jose. See, that's my thing. Why would Candace say it wasn't? Is it because of what Jose said, you reckon? I don't know. I'm confused about it, you know? What? See, and I don't know about Andrew, and I've had Andrew on my show and all that. A lot of people think Andrew is so damn shady, it's crazy. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I'm starting to think that too. I'm starting to think it's just BS. I'm starting to think maybe Candace did say that because she's alive. I think maybe it's because the way what he talked about, you know, the but Jose was full of shit when he told the story about the fight, the blow up they had that night. He acted like he was pumping Dawn. I don't see it going down like that. You know, you can think what you want about Dawn, but I really don't think he's going to let some other man in his house just make him look like a punk. I don't see that. You know, and Jose, like the roaches thing, I really think that he embellished that because I mean, if they're so bad, when you reach in the dog food bag, they're running up your arm. And he said tons of them would be on your arm when you got the dog food out. That would probably be more obvious in the videos we've seen. And I've looked at every video that's out on the inside of that house. I've never seen a roach. For him to be that bad, you would see one. Now, hold on. Harley's at it again. Harley, I'm live. You gotta quit doing that. Hush. Don't get her fired up. I'm doing a live. Brandy in there antagonize her. Harley, who is it, girl? Who's out there? Ain't that some shit? I do think Dawn could throw down. That's what I'm saying, and I think he would too. I'm not saying, and trust me, I don't think he's no hero to me, but I don't think he's the kind of guy that's going to let another dude just like punk him in his own house. It ain't going to happen like that. Harley, I tell you, man, she's acting up today. I don't know what's up with her. If y'all got any advice about what to do when your dog barks at everything, I'd be more than willing to hear it because she's gotten horrible. I talk to my phone a lot, calling out their lies and BS. Hubby gives me the look. Yeah. Maybe somebody brought her something, and when they left, they picked Summer up and took her. I've thought about that too, that possibility. I think that is a possibility, you know. Um, Maybe Candace doesn't know how to tell the truth, and Andrew is such a dork. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, he's a dork. He's a little guy, ain't he? I would. I think I might try to get in touch with him to question him some more about this Jose thing. But now that I think about it, it really makes me think that Candace is lying to save face. I can't buy anything any of them are selling. Yeah, I have trouble with it too. You're not the real Green Eyes, are you? Are you the Green Eyes that knows JSB? That's not you, is it? Andrew is shady, so in choosing from this character cast, we have to use logical reasoning, but I think Candace is more devious. Yeah, yeah, exactly. CBD for dogs, John? Do they have that? I'd look into that. They just have a lot to say, John. LOL, my little one's a mouthy girl, too. Yeah. Oh, you are that Green Eyes. Tell us, is JSB just full of shit or what? I'm interested to know. Child 4 to 7 was found in Virginia. Whose kid is that? I have no idea. I haven't heard that. I did not know that. Does anybody know about that? When was this? Recently? I haven't heard. I tell you though, the thing that's going down now, that the West trial is so interesting to me, man, because we're gonna find out. And if you look at a picture of the boys, man, oh, I don't know. I'll be interested to see how that plays out with the biological parents and stuff too. I was saying earlier, a lot of y'all wasn't here. We was talking about the West. It seems like to me their defense is going to be trying to say that the biological parents took them. And you know that is such a bullshit way to go, to put more stress and stuff on the biological parents. You know, it's crazy to go that way. Defense attorneys have no qualms about ruining anybody to get some disgusting pig out of trouble. That child had 1 to 2 inch hair, unknown color. Was it a boy or a girl? She has got to be somewhere. Yeah. JSB does need some X-Lax. John, what state do you live in? I am from Utah. I live in Virginia currently. Man, that's crazy. Was it a boy or a girl that was found? Does anybody know? Let me Google that real quick. Update y'all the right way. I get too stressed out on my show, like I'm not entertaining y'all enough. And I need to get over that and just do my thing, and I think y'all be happy. Might be a little downtime while I'm Googling, but we'll get there. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Oops. Was there a child found in Virginia? All I'm seeing, endangered. From Virginia, no, that ain't it. Hold on. Unknown child found in Virginia. I'm not seeing anything about it. Nothing recently either. We knew the West were guilty, and we think Jamal West, Trezel's brother, and really both sides of the family knew what they did. But yeah, I think definitely that grandma. Virginia Woods trash can. Virginia Woods trash can. I'm not getting anything. That child was found a few months back. Oh, okay. Well, I'm assuming it's definitely not summer then. That's awful though. You know. When Evil Entered is a good channel and she covered it, she doesn't care about people using her content. Winnie the Pooh blanket for a Virginia child. Yes, with a Winnie Pooh blanket. I live near Roanoke. It's a big story here. Okay, hold on. Child Winnie the Pooh blanket, Virginia. Have you seen this child, Logan Bowman, missing from Galax, Virginia? Is that who we're talking about? Y'all bear with me just a second. Well, there ain't no more to it. That's crazy. It's been rumored that DW was pulled over again lately for drugs and alcohol. The creator that put this out has sent in a request for that info if indeed it exists. Now, would that really shock you? It wouldn't be the first time, would it? That's the thing, though, man. Like with her and Dawn being separated and stuff, and now being back together, I am shocked that something ain't happened between them two. You know, which creator was that, Casper? They don't know race or gender. It's been there a long time, apparently. That's crazy. You know, with DNA, you would think there wouldn't be a whole lot of that, especially, you know, for long periods of time of not knowing who somebody is, you know. We'll see if the West trial's got any updates. West's trial updates. Yeah, and that creator is a POS. Casper can't believe how tasteless he is. Yeah, I think I could probably guess who we're talking about. Shit. Trezell and Jacqueline West trial updates. If he gets locked up again, she'll be back at Kathy, the friend's door again. He's relentless, though. If they're to find, he'll find it. Opening statements. Sunzek and West trial motions hearing 2 days ago. No good, no good, no good. Why ain't there more on this? I would think there would be a lot more on this trial, man. Let me go to one of these old ones and see if maybe it'll give me something new. Oh, here we go. The brothers, ages 3 and 4, were reported missing from their California City home on December 21st by the West. The couple also had 2 biological children and 2 other adopted children, all below the age of 10, under their roof at the time. So the oldest one's 10. That the one that's 10 is going to know it all. You know, my little girl's 9, and she's on top of everything. So I know a 10-year-old is going to know a lot about what happened. You know. Do you think Candus will go back to Kathy's if Dawn gets locked up? 2 days after reporting the boys missing, the West spoke to reporters and neighbors outside their home. They said it was understandable that people suspected them of foul play, but insisted they wanted nothing more than to find the boys. Check them out. They're cute, ain't they? Orson, classic and sincere. You know, and that's kind of wrong to me. I don't like it that they adopted the boys and then changed their names at 3 and 4, because at 3 and 4 you know your name. You know, I wouldn't have done that. She will hide again for sure. Yeah, when Dawn's gone, she is deep cover. It's all Dawn B can do to get a picture. AB did a good live on the boys' trial case earlier. Awesome. I wish the trial was easier to follow. Ooh, music custody was on his time on TV. Y'all just hold on a second. Uh, ooh, full video. Y'all want to hear the prosecution's opening statement? I'd like to hear it. I haven't heard it yet. Y'all down for that? Here, I'll play it for you.
You have the charges read to you in this case, essentially the murder of Warren and Orson West by Trezell and Jacqueline West. That's the essence.
Can y'all hear that? Is that clear enough for y'all if I play that? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear it okay. I'll try to set it near the mic. Bear with me here. You can hear it? Good. This is the opening statement
Of the charges in this case. Warren and Orson West. There's your photos. Warren to the left, Orson to the right. Their names when they were born were sincere and classic. They were adopted in the initially they were foster children, but that is Warren and Orson West. Their bodies have never been found. Have never been found.
You're not allowed to play it? Not allowed to play on YouTube by court, dude. Not allowed. Well, but I'm not playing. Y'all can all go watch it, though. It's on Court TV on YouTube. I better not broadcast it. I'm scared, too, now. We'll get in trouble. He can play if he passed and talks about it in between. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it'll be all right. We'll just pause and stuff.
Even with the attempts of the California City Police Department, the Bakersfield Police Department, the FBI, CHP helped, Kern County Sheriff helped as well. Their bodies have never been found. Now, they were adopted back in April of 2019. That's a photo you
See, and I really am worried that that is going to be an issue for a juror, that they're not going to be able to convict them because they don't have bodies. I'm thinking, though, there is some evidence of them being murdered, or we wouldn't be where we're at. The kids rat them out straight away. Hopefully the Wells boys do the same. I see. That's why I'm wondering about that. What's going on with Dawn not being able to talk to him? I don't want you to get in trouble. AB says that creators were asked not to share it, but he did it in a different way. The court asked. I don't know. Let's listen just to a little bit more. I think it'll be all right.
photo you see up in the middle, that's actually the adoption ceremony. You can see the family of Trezell West there to the left in the yellow. That's Wanda West. She'll be testifying in this case.
Oh.
Of Trezell West. You also see Jacqueline Trezell, and they're holding Orrin and Orson. Ultimately, you'll hear.
Did y'all hear that? So Mama West is going to be on the stand. What is she going to say? Is she going to lie about the last time she's seen him? How's that going to work out? Wanda West is his mother, right? Probably be okay if you do stop and discuss. I'd say, yeah, I think it'll be all right. What do y'all think about that, though, man? Wanda West, if she gets up there and lies, she's going to jail, I hope. She should be charged. I'm dying to see her testimony because you know she knows they ain't been around in a long time before they was reported missing.
Your testimony in this case, the primary source of income that the West had during this time was from money they received from the state due to adoption. They actually had 4 children that were adopted. Each one of those children, they got around $1,000. So the primary source of income when they were living in Cal City was the $4,000 they were receiving for adopting these children from the state of California.
$1,000 a kid, $4,000 a month for adopting children. Now I know why they've done it. That is crazy. How is that? I'm so confused. Are state laws that much different? Because you got people begging to adopt kids that can't get them, and you got them with 4, and they're making $4,000 a month off of adoption? Plus food stamps. Yeah, you know they get that too, probably. Man, that is California. I'm sorry if anybody's from California, but California to me has the strangest laws, and the way they do shit is just crazy to me.
The names of the other children you see there, Devin, Damien, and also Adrian and Aid.
Why is he doing that?
Some photos from Bakersfield. They did live in Bakersfield back prior to moving to Cal City. I can see them at the park. That's a family photo, all 6 kids. To the right, you can see them in their Halloween costume. These photos are from early 2020 and in 2019. They lived on Lotus Lane. They had an apartment there, apartment number 116. They actually all lived there, all 8 of them. And in the apartment to the other side of that same apartment building, they're in groups of 8 apartments per, was Jacqueline's mother, Maria Martinez, who'll be testifying.
So Jacqueline's mother's going to be testifying too. Wow. I am dying to see if these people lie or not. Does anybody think that Jacqueline's mother or Trezelle's mother would say they seen them after the prosecution is saying they were already deceased? I can't wait till they get on the stand. I'll tell you, that blows my mind though, that $1,000 a month.
Adoption. They actually had 4 children that were adopted. Each one of those children, they got around $1,000.
Oops, I accidentally backed up somehow. Skip forward a little bit. Oh shit, what's going on? Come on now. Y'all hold on. Okay, here we go. I'll just read this. Smith said surveillance footage shows no one could have taken the boys from the West California City home on the night the couple reported them missing, December 21st, 2020. Instead, the evidence will show Orrin 4 and Orson 3 died sometime in September. Oh, I can't play it. That stinks. Defense attorney, this is the defense attorney for the West, right? He says this is still a missing persons case. Oh, defense attorneys, man, I could not do it. Everybody in here, though, I just want to make sure all y'all heard that. The West were getting paid $1,000 a month for each adopted child. That's $4,000 a month. They were getting paid for adopting those kids. That's California law. That is crazy to me. How can the state afford that? And how many people are going to do that just because the money? $1,000 a month is a lot of money. $4,000. You know, how many sickos are going to try to adopt kids just to get paid. I know there's tons of them. It's got to be. This West case has really brought it to light how ignorant our system is. Somebody that wants a child and wants to love a child and care about it and raise it and everything, they're not going to need to get paid. That is crazy. I saw where evidence was lost on their case. I tell you, I got the feeling now all they're going to need is the testimony of them kids. A 10-year-old is very sharp. I know my daughter's younger than that, and she could tell you everything that goes on, you know. So that's going to be Jacqueline and Trezelle's downfall, is going to be the fact that them kids are going to talk. They're going to tell what happened. We're going to know. And I got a bad feeling that they somehow included the kids in some part of this, you know. And I hope them kids get the help they need. That's crazy, though, that the adoption laws in California. Guys, I'm going to go. I'm going to catch up once more on this, and hopefully I'll do another live soon. I'm going to try to start scheduling them ahead of time, so hopefully y'all get your notifications. Make sure you have your notifications turned on. That way I don't miss everybody. Thanks everybody for coming. Thanks everybody for the super chats. That was so nice. I really appreciate it. Like I said, our channel's been struggling a little bit, so it makes me happy to see, especially a lot of y'all that's been here a long time. I've known y'all for quite a while, that y'all come around and support us. And Brandy can't always be here on the lives, but she wants to thank everybody too. She'll be really happy. Come back and let us know what you find. Yeah, I will. I'm going to study into that, because it's nice to see some justice happening, and I'm sure all y'all appreciate that too. And remember my video that I showed y'all earlier, share that. People need to know what's going on. I'm going to play it, and then I'm going to be out, okay? I'm going to leave y'all with that to think about. Everybody, share this video I'm going to show. Go to my channel, share it, do whatever you got to do. And I want people to see what's going on. It's good to see everybody. I'm sorry, Mimi. We're getting ready to go. Lola said a lot. Trezelle's not happy. Yep. Guys, thanks for coming, everybody. Good to see you. Thanks for supporting the channel. Everybody hit a thumbs up on the way out. And here's the video I was talking about. I want y'all to share it, because people need to know that this is going on.
Minors are more equipped to engage in sexual activity with adults than others. Yes.
This is the type person that seems to think pedophilia is okay. Listen to this bullshit.
And do I feel that some minors are more equipped to engage in sexual activity with adults than others? Yes. The child so desires to have intercourse with an adult. That would be up to if the child has desire. And do I feel that some minors are more equipped to engage in sexual activity with adults than others? Yes.
Now, they're saying, hey, if the kid's mature for their age and the community's good with it, then it's okay for adults to be with children. That's what that person is insinuating. That's why our kids are missing. That's why kids are getting abused and all this, because people don't even look at them as kids anymore. You can't tell me that there's any 7, 8-year-old ready for a relationship with an adult. This shit needs to stop.